Hello, it's me, Darkfry, and this video isn't really an essay, it's more of a call to action. It's time to stop passively consuming art. When I say passive, I don't just mean engaging with art with good faith criticism and media literacy, although that is also important. No, what I mean is that the art itself is in danger right now, and the people making it are fighting tooth and nail for their future, and they need loud, active support. There's a long-running conversation in the online artist community about whether or not audiences have a responsibility to support the art they like. It's a complicated subject. The word responsibility is pretty heavy after all. Still, I argue that the answer to that question right now is yes. The way things are now, being merely a passive consumer of art instead of an active and vocal supporter of it is a surefire way of getting it cancelled. We have machine learning programs like Midjourney stealing the work of artists to produce obscene amounts of spam. The major streaming platforms have been following an unsustainable model of infinite growth for years, and the artists are facing the consequences. Social media platforms that a lot of artists depend on for visibility and growth are crumbling. There's an epidemic of show cancellations, especially in the animation industry, threatening their livelihoods, and executives that clearly have no intention of treating them with basic human decency or paying them fairly. It's rough out there. We live in turbulent times, to say the least. Things are changing. We just need to make sure that they change for the better. At the time of writing, the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes are still happening. Writers and actors are putting everything on the line for better working conditions and some basic respect, while studio executives are refusing to concede the tiniest fraction of their profits to satisfy their demands, letting the strike continue while they lose more money. More importantly, the strike is inspiring others to join them. Voice actors have also joined the strike against video game companies. VFX artists in Marvel and Disney are unionizing, which is sorely needed considering how they are mistreated. The goal of the big studios isn't to produce meaningful and engaging art. Their goal is to make money. This is obvious and has always been the case, of course, but in recent years it's even more egregious, because they went completely mask off with it. This is why they cancel shows and movies even if they've already finished filming. This is why we'll get a new generic Marvel movie every few months until the sun explodes. This is why new big-budget IPs are so rare, and everything has to be either a sequel or a reboot or a remake or a spin-off or made by someone already famous. There is no low they will not sink to in order to make a profit. They do not care about art. If we want more meaningful and engaging art, more unique art, more diverse art, more queer art, we are not getting it from them. We are getting it from independent artists and studios. As the entertainment industry changes and collapses into itself like an undead Ouroboros, more people will attempt being independent and making their own stuff. These people need our support, both so that the working conditions within the big studios become better and livable, and so that an independent career as an artist can be viable for more people. But there's an even bigger reason we need to support creatives more than ever. These strikes serve as a truly harrowing reminder of just how many people depend on art and media daily for their entertainment, yet feel nothing but contempt for the people making it. There is a loud minority of people that are not afraid to hurl abuse at creatives at every opportunity. Our voices need to be louder than theirs. So, how do we support creatives? Well, there are the obvious and direct financial ways to show support. paying for commissions, hiring independent artists, buying their merch/prints/games, joining Patreons, donations, etc., and so forth. All of this is awesome, and any amount helps a lot, but there are so many more ways to show support that are completely free. For starters, if you really like something, please say so. If it's a YouTube video, leave a comment. If it's a Twitter post, leave a reply. If it's a game on Steam or itch, leave a review. This doesn't just help the algorithms of these platforms promote it more, it will also definitely make the creator of the thing you love happy. Sometimes just one nice and heartfelt comment is all an artist needs to be motivated to continue. And that comment can be you! You! The assurance that something you created has touched someone is a powerful feeling. This also extends to compliments, by the way. Let artists know exactly what you like about their work. It won't just make them feel good, it's also great feedback. And also, and this is incredibly important, if you see someone be self-deprecating about their work, kick them in the fucking neck and beat the shit out of them with compliments until they beg you to stop. I'm kidding, don't actually do that, but, you know. Point is, when someone is down, you can lift them back up. And if they're being super self-defeating, then you can be the one to tell that voice in their head to shut the fuck up. Of course, don't just tell the creator that you like the thing they made, tell it to other people too. Your friends, your community, etc. Comments and reviews help algorithms, especially in the case of indie games, but as we've established, algorithms are terrible and they're only getting worse. Twitter is basically unusable now, and all the others are getting even more unreliable. The best way for small and independent creatives to gain audience and traction is through word of mouth. Sharing is caring. We can't rely on algorithms, we only have each other. There are lots of small other ways you can help too. For indie games, if they're available on both Steam and itch.io, buy it on itch. It's just better for the creator that way. You can add the game to your Steam profile and leave a review of it to help out anyway. These are just some of those small ways I know about. Why am I adding the word small? These are just the ways I know about. Be receptive to calls to action from other creatives and listen to them. Another important thing to do is inform other people. Recruit them to the cause. If you're out with some friends and you hear one of them call the writers and actors on strike right now entitled or lazy, for example, say something to them. Call them out on being a silly dingus parroting the rhetoric of the billionaire executives who have been abusing and profiting from their labor for decades. Point out that actually the demands of the strike would only cost the studios a fraction of a % of their revenue, and they still refuse, despite the fact that doing so costs them even more money. Or, you know, you can point out that one particular executive said that their goal is to let the strike continue until the writers lose their homes, which goes beyond the realm of cartoonishly evil. Don't let narratives like that go unchallenged, even from close friends. This is information that needs to be out there, because every media outlet is against the workers striking. There are probably way more ways to help that I didn't mention. If you're a creative and want to add to them, please comment it below. But for now, I want to leave you with my favorite quote from a Cypriot poem by Vasilis Michailidis. Tonin andana troide θα αρκέται. Μα πάντα τσίνον τρώεται και τσίνον καταγγέται. When a rake pierces and digs the earth, it thinks it's in charge. But at the end, the earth always perseveres, and it's the rake that breaks and rusts. This quote was said by the then Cypriot archbishop to the Ottoman Empire soldiers that were about to execute him. Time and time again, history has proven that no matter what measures powerful people take to quash and suppress resistance, to destroy the spirits of the people under them, fighting for their rights, futures, and livelihoods, they will fail. If you are an oppressor, exploiting and abusing other people and their labor for your own benefit, you will lose, so long as we stand together in solidarity. Because while history is full of examples of people rising up and winning their freedom and rights, it's also littered with examples of people who did fall victim to the oppressor because their neighbors didn't show up for them. They need us. And together, we will win. It's as simple as that. Hello, hi, and welcome to the post-video video zone. If you made it this far, you're one of the real ones. I just want to say that I now host a podcast called Video Gems, where I and my fellow co-hosts Aronok and Harry from Video Games Are Bad interview video essayists, game developers, artists of all kinds about their creative journey, their creative process, their philosophies, and just have a grand old time. It is funny, it is insightful, it is awesome. I've been uploading the episodes on this channel and on various podcasting apps so far, but from here on out, the episodes will be on a separate channel. The channel will be linked in the description, so if you are already a fan of the podcast, that's where future episodes will be uploaded, and if you have just heard about the podcast, please check it out. You will not be disappointed. A huge thank you to my wonderful patrons as always, with a special shout out to Couch MOBA, Triple 3M, and Seth Zerd. Thank you all so much for